Hello everyone, myself Purva Joshi. Today we are going to study a topic named trigonometric functions. So let's start with the all STC rule. Okay, now here we have a circle, okay, and this is angle 0 degree, 90 degree, 180 and 270. We can write in the radian as 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, okay, 2 pi and so on. Now it is divided in four parts, okay. So this is your first quadrant, second quadrant, this is the third quadrant and this is the fourth quadrant. Now all means here all trigonometric function, all means all trigonometric function, right? S means what? Sine and cosec, okay. Then T means tan and cot, okay, and C means cos and sec, okay. So here I have written all. It means that in this first quadrant all the trigonometric functions are positive. Now here sine is written, means S is written, so it means that sine and cosec are positive in this second quadrant, okay. All other trigonometric functions are negative. Now in the third quadrant tan and cot functions are positive, okay, and all other functions are negative. And in the fourth quadrant cos and sec are positive, okay, and all other functions are negative. So we'll remember this and to solve few examples. Now let's study how to find the values of sine n pi by 2 plus or minus theta, okay. So this sine n pi by 2 plus theta will give you plus or minus cos theta, okay, and the sine of plus or minus cos theta, this will depend on the sign of this sine n pi by 2 plus theta, okay. So whenever we have pi by 2 over here, okay, so sine function will convert to cos function. Now whether the sign positive or negative will come, that will depend on this sine n pi by 2 plus theta, okay. Now if we have sine n pi by 2 minus theta, so its answer will come plus or minus cos theta, okay. Again we have pi by 2 over here, right? Therefore sine will be converted to cos, and this plus or minus sign will depend on this sine n pi by 2 minus theta, okay. Now the values of cos n pi by 2 plus or minus theta, okay. So cos n pi by 2 plus theta will give you plus or minus sin theta. So you have to see that if we have pi by 2 over here, okay, so cos function will change to sin theta, and this plus or minus sign will depend on this cos n pi by 2 plus theta, okay. Next, cos n pi by 2 minus theta, okay, so it will give you plus or minus sin theta, right? And again we have pi by 2 over here, so cos function will change to sin theta, right? And this plus or minus sign will depend on this cos n pi by 2 minus theta. All right, now the values of sine n pi plus or minus theta. So consider sine n pi plus theta. Now we have pi over here, okay. So sine function will remain sine, and again this plus or minus sign will depend on the sign of sine n pi plus theta. For sine n pi minus theta, okay, again we have pi over here, so sine will remain sine, and again this plus or minus sign will depend on the sign of sine n pi minus theta. Next, the values of cos n pi plus or minus theta, okay. So cos n pi plus theta will give you plus or minus cos theta. Again we have pi over here, so cos will remain cos, and again this plus or minus sign will depend on the sign of cos n pi plus theta, okay. Also cos n pi minus theta will give you plus or minus cos theta. Again you can see we have pi over here, so cos will remain cos, and this plus or minus sign is depend on cos n pi minus theta. So in general what we have studied, sine n pi by 2 plus or minus theta, Okay, we have pi by 2, so sign will change to cos, and here it will come plus or minus, and this sign depend on the value of sine n pi plus or minus theta. Also we have cos n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. Okay, so it will give you plus or minus sin theta. As we have pi by 2, so cos will convert to sine. Okay, and the value of this plus or minus will depend on cos n pi by 2 plus or minus theta. Also we have this cos n pi plus or minus theta. Now we have pi, so it will remain cos, and here plus or minus sine, which depends on cos n pi plus or minus theta, and sine n pi plus or minus theta will give you plus or minus sine theta. Okay, again this depends on this answer. Okay, now let's study few examples. Using the graphical representation, find the value of following. Okay, so let's draw this all as DC circle. Okay, this is 0, then pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, then 2 pi. If we go further, so this is 5 pi by 2, here we have 3 pi. Okay, then we have 7 pi by 2, then 4 pi, and so on. Okay, this here we have all here S, T and C. Okay, now the first question is sine 3 pi by 2 plus theta. Okay, so 3 pi by 2 is present over here. Okay, and we have to move like this anti-clockwise. So 3 pi by 2 plus means this side, 3 pi by 2 plus fourth quadrant. Okay, so this 3 pi by 2 plus theta will lies in fourth quadrant. All right, now in the fourth quadrant, cos and sec is positive, all other terms are negative. Here we have pi by 2, so this sign will become cos, so answer is minus cos theta. Okay, next example, cos pi by 2 plus theta. Okay, so pi by 2 is over here, so pi by 2 plus means this second quadrant, right? So this pi by 2 plus theta, this lies in second quadrant. All right, we can see that in the second quadrant we have sine and cosec positive. Okay, so cos is negative, so negative sign will come over here. We have pi by 2, so sign will change to cos, so answer is minus sin theta. Right, now next example, sine 5 pi by 2 plus theta. So 5 pi by 2 is over here. So again 5 pi by 2 plus means this. So 5 pi by 2 plus theta, this lies in second quadrant. Okay, again we know that in second quadrant sine and cosec is positive. Here we have sine. Okay, so here plus sign will come. Again here we have pi by 2, right? So sine will convert to cos, so answer is plus cos theta. All right, now we'll solve this example. So let me draw again this all STC. So here we have all S, T and C. Here we have 0, then pi by 2, then pi, 3 pi by 2, okay, then 2 pi and so on. So the fourth example is cos theta minus pi by 2. So firstly we'll rearrange this. So negative sign will come common. So this is pi by 2 minus theta. Okay. Now we know that cos is the even function and cos of minus theta is cos theta. Okay. So this negative sign will gone. So here we have cos pi by 2 minus theta. Now pi by 2 is present over here. Okay. So pi by 2 minus theta, right? So pi by 2 minus theta will lie in where? First quadrant. Okay, and we know that in first quadrant all the trigonometric functions are positive. Okay, so plus sign will come. Now we have pi by 2 over here, so in place of cos we'll write sin theta, right? So the final answer of cos theta minus pi by 2 is what? Sin theta. The next is sec 8 pi plus theta. Now here we have 0, 2 pi, then 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi. Okay, so 8 pi will come over here. So 8 pi plus, right? So it will come in first quadrant, right? So 8 pi plus theta, this lies in first quadrant. And again, in first quadrant, all the trigonometric functions are positive, right? We have pi over here, okay? So sec will remain as it is, right? So this is your answer. Last example, sine pi plus theta, okay? So again, we need to check where this pi plus theta lies. So this is pi, so pi plus theta will come over here, okay? So pi plus theta lies in third quadrant, okay? And in third quadrant, tan t is present, okay? Means tan and cot is positive, all others are negative. So here we have sine, so it will come minus. Here we have pi, so answer will be minus sine theta. All right, now let's solve one more example. Here we have to find the value of cos 135 degree, okay? So this cos 135 write as cos 90 plus 45, okay? So again we'll draw this, okay? This is 0. Here we have pi by 2, here pi, 3 pi by 2 and so on, okay? This is all as T and C. Now this is angle theta, right? So 90 plus theta. So it will come in this second quadrant, right? And in this second quadrant, S is present, means sine and cosec will be positive, all other terms will be negative, okay? So we have cos, so negative sign will come. Now here 90 degrees present, 90 means pi by 2, okay? So sine will convert, this cos will convert to sine, right? So we have sine 45 degree. And we know the answer of sine 45 is 1 upon root 2. So final answer of cos 135 degree is minus 1 upon root 2. Now let's move to next example. Find the value of sine 75 degree into cos 15 degree plus sine 15 degree into cos 75 degree. So this 75 we will write as 90 minus 15, okay? All other terms will write as it is, this sine 15 degree as it is, okay? In place of cos 75 we will write cos 90 minus 15, okay? Now we know that sine 90 minus theta, okay, and cos 90 minus theta. We'll find the answer of this two, okay? So this is a circle, okay? We have 0 here, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and so on, okay? So 90 degree means pi by 2, pi by 2 minus theta means first quadrant. In the first quadrant we have all positive, so positive sign will come here 90 degree, so answer is cos theta, again 90 degree, so answer is sin theta, right? So we will use this two formula to write the values of this two term, okay? So sin 90 minus 15 degree will come cos 15 degree, okay? And here cos 90 minus 15 will give you sin 15 degree, okay? So from this we can say that this is cos square 15 degree plus sin square 15 degree, right? So now we know that cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1, so this answer is 1, alright? So I hope you have understood throughout the session. Thank you for watching.